everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.blogspot.co.uk. Yesterday I showed you a video of how to make these beautiful boxes which I designed to hold bottles of my homemade blackberry and apple gin. As promised, today I have a video for you which is going to show you exactly how to make that gin. So I hope you enjoy it and let's get started. The gin is incredibly easy to make. Ingredient list is very short. We just need 2 Bramley apples, 200 grams of caster sugar. You can use granulated sugar, it'll just take a little bit longer for the sugar to dissolve. 200 grams of blackberries. It is blackberry season here in the UK at the moment, so perfect excuse to make this over the next few weeks. And then you'll need 70 centilitres of gin. This can be the cheapest gin you can find. All of these, the sugar and the fruit is going to add so much beautiful flavour to the gin that you really can get away with using cheap and nasty gin. You don't need to buy an expensive gin for this. You're also going to need about a 2 litre jar. This is a Kilner jar with a lid on it. It doesn't even need to be a jar, to be honest. You could use a jug if you didn't have a jar. Just makes it a bit easier. Make sure it doesn't get spilt in one of these. So let's start on cutting it all up. So I've just started to chop up the apples. You don't need to peel them, you don't need to core them, don't worry about the stalks, the pips, the skin. You just need to cut them into quite chunky pieces. Just like this. As I said, you don't need to worry about doing anything at all to them. And then I'm just going to straight away pop them into my jar. Pop them all in, it will quickly fill it up, which is why you need quite a large jar to fit everything in. Okay, then we're going to pop in the blackberries on top. Okay, just pop those out of the way. The sugar, there we go. And finally we're going to pour in our 70 centilitres of gin over the top. And this should just cover the fruit nicely. There we go. And what this will do is, because you're putting into alcohol, the fruit's not going to rot at all. Okay, pop on the lid, and then you need to give it a really good shake. And you can see the colour's already starting to come out of those blackberries and start colouring that liquor. What you need to do now is put it somewhere safe for 4 weeks. It's a good idea to give it a shake every couple of days, especially in the first few days when the sugar is all starting to dissolve. And we'll come back in a second, and by the magic of video, we'll show you what happens in 4 weeks' time. So I'll see you then. So this is a jar that I made about 4 weeks ago, and it's been sitting in a cupboard for 4 weeks, and every few days I've given it a bit of a shake. And you can see the liquor has got a gorgeous, deep, purpley red colour. The fruit hasn't rotted because the alcohol has acted to preserve it, and we're now ready to strain it and put it into our bottles. So for that you are going to need a large bowl, something to catch obviously the liquor in, a sieve and a muslin. The muslin is just going to catch all of the really fine pieces of sediment that have come out of the fruit, and that'll give you a really clear and smooth gin. So you're just going to open the jar. It smells amazing. It smells of Christmas. I'm just going to slowly pour that into the sieve through the muslin. You'll see most of the fruit will actually stay in the jar if you're using a jar like this. As I said, it doesn't need to be a jar, it could be a jug or anything. Put all that fruit to one side. I have heard people using this at this point to make pies, etc. You've just got a really boozy flavoured fruit. So I'm just going to give that a second to let the last of the liquor drain out through the muslin, and you can see all of this sediment is being caught in the muslin rather than going into our gin. Okay, I think that's about it. Just got another bowl here, just put my sieve in there, and you can see that gorgeous, really beautiful pink apple and blackberry gin. So once you've strained it and you've got this gorgeous red gin in your bowl, the only thing that's left to do is pop it into bottles. These are 250ml bottles that I bought from Lakeland in the UK. I'm sure there's lots of other retailers that will sell them. You will get about 4 of these bottles filled up to about this level from one of these batches of gin. I'm actually going to chicken out of filling them up on camera because I'm a bit concerned I'm going to spill it everywhere. But you just need to pop a funnel in the top of the bottle and ladle it in. After you've done that, it will look something like this. And of course, this is ready to give just like this if you wanted to. But if you want to make it even more special, you can of course make some of the gorgeous boxes that I showed you how to do yesterday. And I will link to that video in the down bar below. I hope you enjoyed the video and do come back and see what else I'm going to be making in the run up to Christmas. There is one last thing to do, and that's chef's privilege, which is a little glass of this just for me. You can drink it neat, it's gorgeous and sweet, or you can lengthen it with some tonic water or some Sprite, some lemonade, something like that. It's a really lovely, really simple gift to make. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.